First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Joseph Eng.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. We're taking a look at your forecast to kick off the work week here. And while it is starting relatively quiet, it is definitely a warmer start to the day. Temperatures on average are in the low to mid 60s, warmer along the I-10 freeway and all the way up to 71 in Cameron. Oakdale has briefly gotten back down to the upper 50s a few times now. And with a little bit of a breeze carrying around, you could still see that temperature fluctuate as we wait for the sun to rise. But overall, temperatures are a good 10 to 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, thanks to that prevailing southerly breeze and maybe a little bit less of a difference down by the coastline. Being near water stabilizes your temperature a little bit in the overnight. Now, as far as how that affects visibility, there is at least a little bit of patchy fog still drifting around. A lot of this is due to the higher humidity, and the breeze is helping to keep it just above ground level. The majority of you really shouldn't be seeing much of an issue on your commute, but it doesn't hurt to take a couple extra minutes out the door just in case you do still manage to run into any slowdowns, as it looks like there might be a couple of denser pockets out there in southern Beauregard. Now, as for satellite and radar, that's not showing any signs of showers, although it does look like you will still be seeing a decent bit of scattered cloud cover overhead as that southerly flow continues to provide us with plenty of moisture. So expect mixed clouds and sunshine through your sunrise and throughout the day in general here on the region as well. You can just make out an approaching cold front that's going to be very, very slowly working its way down to us. That'll be arriving more by this evening, and doesn't look like it's bringing out too many rain chances ahead of it, whereas the breeze continues to shift, mostly out of the southwest by the time the sun comes up, and pushing some larger gusts around 20 miles per hour over lunchtime before quieting again as we get into this afternoon. At any rate, it's bringing us plenty of warm, moist air right off of the Gulf, so it is going to feel a little damp as you're out and about for any of your chores or outdoor activities during the day. And let's take a look at how that affects Futurecast. Again, well, you will be seeing some scattered cloud cover around. There still will be plenty of pockets of sunshine, and that's likely to take our already warm start and run with it. It looks like we'll be back in the low 80s by about noon, and the same goes for most of the afternoon ahead of us here. Between all that extra shade and the breeze, it doesn't look like it'll be getting too much hotter than that out there, with the slightest chance at maybe a stray sprinkle. But for the most part, rain chances look pretty low. Even as the front itself begins to push in by the late evening hours to tonight, you could just see that boundary on Futurecast. It looks like it might just be a few showers, with the bulk of activity largely expected a bit further off to the northeast with this front. Really looks like it's going to be on the weaker side, and as it pushes through our area, we might at least get some cooler temperatures heading into Tuesday morning. Expected to be back in the 50s for most of our area, and that does mean a slightly cooler afternoon as well, sitting more back in those mid 70s rather than directly into the 80s. And it's not the last front we're expecting to see this week either. It looks like models are still leaning towards a stronger cold front to pass through by Thursday to Friday. So out ahead of that is when you might see some sprinkles on Wednesday and a slightly better chance at some scattered showers for Thanksgiving itself. But there is still some room for the timing of that front to change, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on this to see what kind of showers you can expect around your holiday. But for the most part, it doesn't look like it'll be rain all day either. Those rain chances are still relatively low, just higher than the surrounding days, and any rain is still mostly welcome to help deal with ongoing drought levels in southwest Louisiana. At least, though, it does look like it will be cooling temperatures down as we head into the back half of the week. Definitely looking colder into Friday and Saturday, and it looks like it won't be long before we have a few mornings back near those 30s too. And even in the even longer term, we're not done with cold fronts for the season, so we'll keep seeing those temperatures trend down as we begin to push into December.
Okay. Not too bad of a forecast there.
No, at least we're starting to feel like the season a little bit. B+ on the forecast.
All right, thanks.
And let's